Welcome inside this web edition of Cuse Countdown. I'm Katy Williams alongside Andrew Scaglione, and we're here to tell you everything you need to know about Syracuse's upcoming game against North Carolina. Now, Andrew, Syracuse has played 2 games in the new ACC so far. What have you thought of their conference play?
Well, they're 2-0, Katy, and that's the most important thing. They struggled early on against Miami, didn't shoot the ball well in the first half, and they really go up and down with Trevor Cooney shooting. Had a couple bad games early on. Now he's back on track, and after that road win against Virginia Tech, it looks to be smooth sailing from here on out for Syracuse, especially since they're scoring points.
Now, Syracuse has started off with a couple of the lower tier teams in the conference, but next up is a perennial ACC powerhouse, North Carolina. Last time these two teams met, November 20th, 2009, in the 2K Sports Classic at Madison Square Garden. Syracuse was the only unranked team in the tournament, but it didn't matter. The Orange took down the Tar Heels 87-71. Wes Johnson led the effort with 25 points and 8 rebounds, and SU outscored North Carolina 50-32 in the second half to bring home the win. So, Andrew, UNC has been playing wildly inconsistently this year, losing to teams like Belmont and then turning around and beating teams like Louisville. Which Tar Heel team takes the court on Saturday?
Well, I expect it'll be the one that's beaten teams like number 1 Michigan State, number 3 Louisville, and number 11 Kentucky, because they seem to play up to their opponents. They've lost to teams like Texas, UAB, Belmont, kind of mid-major teams. But I think this Roy Williams team will come into the Carrier Dome and they'll play up to the level of Syracuse just because Roy Williams knows how to coach against a 2-3 zone.
Now, looking at this game, what's the real difference maker going to be?
Well, it's going to be Syracuse's transition defense, and I know Mike Hopkins stresses this a lot with the team. Going back to the 2003 National Championship game, they played Kansas, which was a Roy Williams coach team at the time, and they played great defense in transition, and they've been doing that over the first 2 games in the ACC schedule. And it's really important for Syracuse to get back, especially against a run-and-gun team like North Carolina, and stop them from scoring quick buckets and shooting quick open threes. So if they do that, they should be able to pull out a victory.
Now, the big question, last question, what is your prediction in this one?
I'm going to go with Syracuse 65-54. I think since North Carolina is averaging 82 points in wins but only 69 in losses, and especially considering they've lost their first 2 ACC games on the season to Miami and Wake Forest, not the best teams in the conference. I think Syracuse continues its consistent play. Trevor Cooney has another big day shooting. C.J. Fair, as always, big underneath the basket. I think the Orange take it to the Tar Heels in front of a big crowd.
Well, we'll have to see what happens on Saturday, and you can find all of the coverage you need at sportsblog.citrustv.net. For Andrew, I'm Katy. Thanks for watching.